So we've got Karla, Imogen and Emily, and your idea for your thriller film. Obviously I'm a commissioning editor, so I'm going to decide whether or not the film gets made. So obviously I want you two to really sell the idea to me. So could you first of all give me an idea of the working titles? You've got a few, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah, we haven't decided one exactly.
That's fine.
So it's in between Black Shadow, In Her Mind and Stranger Minds.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to, I don't know, just something that's like short, so it's like catchy. We didn't know which one to do out of the three.
Okay.
But also sums up what it's mainly about, and that's why we've got three similar ones. So once we start filming, we'll probably choose one that's most apt.
Okay, well now what you can actually do as well is with something like that is when you have a kind of rough draft of your film, if you still can't decide, you can put a kind of sort of 1 minute version of it, get it out to people, ask them, what do you think? What do you think would be the best title for this film? So sometimes that's a good way around doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us what it's about then? What's the main story synopsis?
It's about this girl who, and watching it you don't quite know whether the person chasing her is actually in her mind,
Right.
or it's a real thing, but she believes that someone is chasing her
Uh-huh.
and stalking her and won't give up. So essentially she's run away from home, and the first couple of minutes of the film is her running through the woods to try and get away from this thing.
Yeah.
And you will have short clips of the thing,
Yeah.
while she's running through it.
Okay. So we're going to have some sort of cutaways to this thing, whether or not it's in her mind or not.
Yeah.
We don't know at that point.
Yeah.
And at the end, like you think she like falls over and you think that it's gone, like she opens her eyes and it's gone, and then she's like going away because she thinks she's got rid of it, but then you see it in the like trees like hidden, so you still don't know if it's there or not.
And what is this thing going to look like?
All in black.
Yeah, like more of a figure. You don't really see much
Yeah.
of like the facial expressions.
Okay,
not
so it's
yet.
more like a shadowy thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not actually going to see much of
Yeah.
it, as in
Okay.
like,
What it
so
looks like.
yeah, so it doesn't look like a person, but it doesn't look like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got you say it called Fog Productions.
Yeah.
Okay. What's behind that name?
It sounds eerie.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can even have a little nice little idea at the start with some sort of
Yeah.
fog on
Yeah.
the screen.
It's scary,
That's what
so
we
you
thought,
can't see what's
yeah.
behind it, so you don't know what's behind.
Okay. All like that. Yeah. So it kind of fits to the thriller genre.
Mm-hmm.
You put your film genre down as horror thriller. In what way is it horror, and how are you gonna show kind of indications that that's the genre?
Well, because of the whole idea that we don't know whether this thing is in her mind, it sort of goes down that horror theme, because it could be that something's maybe possessed her, or a demon's chasing her, or a ghost,
Right.
or it could be an actual person
Okay.
chasing her. It's that sort of.
Okay.
That's where the thriller comes in as well, because if it actually is someone chasing her, then
It's like
that's
mystery. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the film essentially is going to be about, if you was to do the whole film, it would be about her parents trying to find this missing girl
Mhm.
because of her running away.
Okay. So just talk me through, what would be your opening shot? I'm thinking of a really, in terms of your establishing shot, is it going to start fast paced?
Yeah.
So what would be a good idea for a kind of establishing shot?
Well, what I was
First thing
thinking
you'll
of,
see.
maybe a couple of seconds just filming the trees, and then suddenly there's a whip pan of the girl running. So it's starting from the start, it's fast paced, just running away from this thing.
And we didn't know whether at the beginning as well to put like a poster in of the girl missing, so
Mhm.
people understand that like she's ran away and that's why she's in the woods in the first place.
You could do something like that, or what you could have a go at doing is, I think, because with the missing poster, yeah, you could do it like that. Or another thing you could do is, it's quite easy to kind of do a mock-up of a newspaper front page,
Oh yeah.
or even like a press conference, so you can hear the kind of detective talking. You know, I understand that people are concerned, but at the moment we're not linking this with, that kind of thing. So you can even have a kind of a sound bridge between that conference you'd have to actually show the conference, you know,
Yeah, just a
and
slide.
her running, and then that would also kind of provide a bit of context. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could get somebody who could, and obviously just record it and put it over the top in that way. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Okay, so what if the thing that is chasing her in her mind becomes reality? Explain that to me.
So again, going down the theme of we don't know whether it is real or not,
Mm-hmm.
and the audience won't know that either really until further on into the film. So again, what if the thing in her mind, what she believes,
Yeah.
going down the horror theme, does actually come true and it is a real person?
Okay, so thriller, horror, crossover. Not quite sure in the first opening what we're getting,
Yeah.
but we know we're getting a kind of action thriller or some sort of nothing like that. Okay, who do you think it's going to appeal to in terms of your audience? Who are your target audience?
Well, we said it was more like younger, like 15, 24, because like the girl who's being chased has obviously ran away from home, so it's like more relatable for the audience and like the parents looking after her and things
Yeah.
like that. And we said it's like both genres because like both can understand and like.
So if you were aiming for an age certificate for this film, what would you be aiming for?
Probably 15.
Yeah.
15?
Not quite an 18,
No.
I don't
Okay.
think. Probably 15, but also as well, if you think of horror films,
Mhm.
they mainly appeal to 15 to mid-20s. Other than that, not a lot of people probably watch horror films as much.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, but yes, I understand in terms of kind of getting people to the cinema,
Yeah.
you know, a sort
Yeah.
of friend's night out, and sort of
Mm.
scared and stuff like that. You know, that kind of target audience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so statement of intent. You put here, the audience will begin to care as they will empathise with the girl as they get to know her character and her problems and want to help others better with similar conditions. What's her condition?
Well,
And how are you going to sort of hint to that in the opening?
we was thinking if he was going down the sort of mental illness route. We don't quite know which one as yet.
Okay.
But if you was going down that, you would, the film would almost make it an awareness, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Going down that route of telling people about it in a way that's not like a lesson, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we could have as well, we could perhaps you could imply something like that, and I think your scripting for if we go for the voiceover approach with the police officer and the press conference, because obviously you want people to find her, but you know the police officer could say something like that, but I think you'll need to have a look at what sort of language they usually use.
Yeah.
So you could have something along the lines of, you know, please be aware that she's quite a frightened and vulnerable individual who has you know, had emotional difficulties in the past.
Yeah.
Because the police probably wouldn't say much more than that because it'd be
Yeah.
too intrusive, but it would at least give us an understanding that you know this character may have some sort of mental problems.
Yeah,
Okay, it sounds like a good idea. Whereabouts are you going to film it?
in the woods.
Yeah, or like fields like where there's like
Yeah.
groups of trees and things.
Okay, how are we going to stop this being 2 minutes of somebody running through the woods and not much else?
We was thinking with our hands to obviously the newspaper
Mm.
and the voiceover, and we was also saying about having a clip of a parents
Yeah,
sort
maybe.
of wondering where they'd be. Obviously we'd have to get older people
Yeah.
Yeah.
involved, but something along the lines of that, so it's not just
Like
solely
them
running.
worries, so.
You could even, to be honest, one of the things you could do is if you were to set up a sort of press conference style thing like we talked about, you could even, and perhaps you could film it in something like the room in, what's it called, the conference room
Yeah.
in the
yeah,
admin
sixth
block. Oh yeah, on sixth form. And if you, that'd be a bit more difficult for parents maybe, but
Teachers.
possibly
Yeah.
so, yeah,
If we
yeah,
get teachers
yeah, a couple of
involved.
teachers, and you can kind of have them say, you know, and it can just be quick cutaways.
Yeah.
And just say, you know, if you're watching, you know, when they do appeals to their daughter, if you're watching, please come home, and you know,
Oh, yeah.
please come home. We're not mad, we're not angry at you. Those kind of things. Yeah.
Could we have
And
as
you could,
well?
and you could actually use, sorry,
No.
you could actually use as well with the phone or with something else, you can use a flash effect.
That
So, you know, when we looked at
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes,
I was just
Like
about to
camera
say that,
noises.
yeah.
camera
Yeah.
noises.
Yeah.
I thought if we was going to go down the newspaper, we could have different newspapers, and every time we flash onto a newspaper with the story, we could have a flash of light
Oh,
and a
yeah.
clicking sound like on Sherlock Holmes,
Yeah.
and then again going back to and running around.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to, you know, 2 minutes of an opening film. You know, we have to be careful so it doesn't look like a trailer.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing as well, is that to get this right, you guys will have to make sure that it's interesting enough so it doesn't look like somebody running through woods for 2 minutes. And also, it's not too overpacked that it
Yeah.
looks like a trailer.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it'll be a case of, like I say, having those kind of little cutaways to the press conference. You could start with a voiceover as she's running. Perhaps you could kind of go to some kind of extreme close-ups or of her stopping,
Mm.
and you know, whether it's voices in her head or whether it's kind of you know,
Yeah.
her sort of like how you can show that perhaps it might be her, and then like you say, quick cutaways
Mm.
to the person, yeah, potential antagonist. Okay. But apart from that, I think you've got a good idea. I think it's easily doable, definitely. In terms of what you think you'll need help with, what do you think you'll need help with from us?
Maybe
Slash me.
maybe if we do the conference and we need you and a couple of other teachers,
Yeah.
Okay.
and maybe for the designing the newspaper bits on the computer.
Okay.
Yeah, the editing
that.
bits.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
that's about it, I think.
Okie dokie. So you've worked out who's going to roughly play who and all that sort of stuff.
We don't know
Yeah.
whether to us play it yet or to
like,
have
get people in.
maybe a drama student
Okay.
and ask them to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Entirely up to you.
Mhm.
One thing I would say is just be aware that sometimes people will agree to stuff and then later on their work gets really busy and
Yeah.
they become a little bit
Okay.
unreliable when you actually need them. So just have a think about that. Whoever it is, you'll just need to make very clear when you want them to film and what you want them to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
I think the next thing really, if you haven't done it already, is start working on the screenplay.
Yeah.
Start
Okay.
coming up with the idea of okay, what they're going to say, what's going to happen, what we're going to see, and
Mm.
all those things.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I will fund this.
Thank you.
Thanks.